Hi, and welcome back to Rowdy Sports. Peach, match day 15 review of the World Cup. Obviously, I'm not wearing an America jersey. I got my Turkish fucking fez on. All right. Ecuador, Germany. Ecuador took that 2-1. Ivory Coast versus Curacao, 2-0 to the coast. Sweden, Japan draw. Netherlands versus Tunisia, 3-1. Sorry if you can hear my dog breathing. To the Netherlands. Turkey versus the U.S. Turkey 3-2. It was a great game, though. Paraguay, Australia was a snoozer, 0-0. We learned nothing from them. I guess Paraguay moves on, right? Man. Ecuador, Germany. Man, this game was the most frustrating game of the day for me. The opening goal happened in the first 2 minutes, so you're like, oh, here comes Germany off to the races again. But man, they could not get it done against Ecuador. And Ecuador qualify emphatically. I mean, really, really, really. Well, I don't know if they qualify, but it puts them in that third place running to qualify. Yeah, this game was just, man, Kai Havertz couldn't get there. They weren't supplying it. There was nothing happening for Germany, and Ecuador were just trying. They were fighting, and they won. They deserved it for sure in the end, because they had a better score, and that's how this game works. Ivory Coast, Nicola Pepe with two great goals. Pepe, love him pieces, second highest scoring African player to ever play for the Arsenal. Good man. Sweden, Japan, 1-1. Medea with the goal. Both of these goals in this game were so fucking good. Elanga's goal, the curler, the playthrough for Medea was I don't know, Maeda was incredible. It was just great. It was just, that game had a lot in it, and I think Japan are a force to be reckoned with in this tournament to going forward. It was just pretty impressive, period, by both of those teams. You could see how much fight there was in both of them. I hope Sweden get to move on. They have a good goal difference, so their third place push might be enough. Really, the Netherlands Tunisia game was like a real telling sign. I think that the Netherlands have a great team for the knockouts, but I think they'll get knocked out. I think there's a prediction going around saying that they will win the World Cup. I'm sure there is, but I just don't see it. I mean, letting in goals from Tunisia, what happens when they play against a better team? It doesn't matter if they're scoring in the first 10 minutes twice all the time. If they let in a bunch of goals as well, they're going to lose eventually. And with players like Virgil van Dijk, they shouldn't be letting in goals like this. This was very interesting. Brian Brobby on the score sheet again. I keep telling you guys, I hope you guys are listening. Please keep betting Brian Brobby. He's so good. 24 years old and just smashes. Turkey, United States, USA played their B squad. Very big bummer. Austin Trusty getting on the score sheet for the first time for the U.S. men's national team. Really, really great goal in the beginning. Like, we thought that the USA had it on lock, and then Arda Güler started finally playing. Imagine had he played to begin with, it would have been really special to see that, but he really stunk up the tournament up until this game. And they really decided to come at the USA. Like, you could see their fans, like, with a lot, like, this was a very aggressive game, and the ref sucked. Oh my God, the ref was fucking horrible. Sebastian Berhalter had a really great goal from outside the box, and winning it in the 98th minute was definitely very, you could see how defeated the U.S. men's team looked. Great. It's great that Christian Pulisic got back on. It probably means he'll be starting in the knockouts, because Timothy Weah couldn't stay on side to save his life. I mean, he got called offside 1.5 million times. We learned nothing from Paraguay, Australia. I don't even know what to tell you about those two teams. that game was just a slow piece of poop. It was. It was a slow piece of poop. So what did we learn overall from today? Germany is hot and cold. It seems to be like a back and forth thing, and they obviously can get beat. I mean, if Ecuador can do it, then a lot of. No, I'm not saying that Ecuador are low on the list because their defense is incredible, but like, if Ecuador can do it, like a lot of they're supposedly, a great defensive team. Imagine a great defensive team and a great offensive team coming at Germany. It'd be really tough for them, period, because obviously they had an issue there. They couldn't find their way through this huge defense, and it was just super problematic for them. Ivory Coast looked banging. I mean, granted it was Curacao, but the thing that we took from that game, you cannot trust who is going to score the goal. They have too many players that want to be the guy, and nobody trying to set up the guy. You know what I mean? Sweden were fucking just. You want Isak and Gyökeres to do so well, but like, they have no one behind them. They have no one to produce behind them. So it's like it's either them doing it or they're not going to do it. So if the defense is weak against them, that's the time that you want to buy them. Japan looked. Man, I like that Nakamura a lot, and I'm also a big fan of Maeda. So I think they're gonna give Brazil a run for their money. We'll get into that in 2 seconds. And we always bet on Brian Brobby. I mean, he's just good for a goal, and he'll bruise his way into it. USA needs to start their A team because obviously their B team won't cut it. And don't bet on Paraguay in the next round. So let's look at the brackets. We have 4 teams that are already set up. It's South Africa, Canada, Netherlands, Morocco, USA, Bosnia, and Brazil, Japan. Who do we think is going to win from those? I think that Canada will move on from them versus South Africa. I think this will be a really hard-fought game, though, which means that means they play Morocco or the Netherlands. And I think the Netherlands are about to see their offense not be able to break through a defense. I mean, maybe Brian Brobby scores a goal in that game, but they have to start. They have to start well. They have to start well, or they're not going to get it. Because the more that Morocco build up, the harder it is to break them down. USA versus Bosnia. As long as we start like Pulisic, Florian Balogun, Brendan Aronson, McKinney, Dest, Tim Ream, Morgan Robinson. I think we'll be fine. Anthony Robinson, not Morgan. Well, him too, even. I think we win that. I'm curious to see the 2 teams that will be facing up above us in the bracket to see who we may play after Bosnia. Brazil, Japan. I actually think we're going to see an upset here. I think we might see Brazil lose. Don't quote me on that, but quote me on that. If Brazil lose, that'd be really crazy. Japan just have it in them. All right, well, that's a video. Remember to like, follow, and subscribe. And yeah.